Okay. Hurry production of palisade walls, just in case. Just in case there's shenanigans. You go down there. Okay, you... What do you have? Okay, so there's a ritual circle down there you might be able to handle. We'll see. Leaders, you could head over to that. Orders required. You're just scouting around. Orders required. You're trying to figure out how to get to Dondel. I think we just found it though. This guy, just running around. Maybe try to get that watchtower on the next turn. Alright, her. Could head toward Dondel or go join the attack on Slagholm. Alright, this outpost. Start building the teleporter? Build the teleporter there. Wait, is it instant? Oh, I thought it would take some turns. Interesting. Oh, I guess because the work camp had already finished. That's why. Alright. Start building walls. Palisade walls are done here. Masonic Hall, I guess, just to get production up here. Hero leveled up. Gorniar, this is the Sword and Kunai one currently. Plus evasion. Melee attacks now inflicts sundered defense. When the hero does a crit, get more crits after. Decaying. Let's do Big Game Hunter. Bonus damage per level of the target. It's kind of funny. There's been so many games I've seen where there's some trait that lets you do way more damage to big enemies, and it's always called Big Game Hunter in those games. Vassals grant plus 10 gold in tribute. I have 2 vassals. Grant plus 3 gold per unit tier of units killed in combat. Sure. Ruler Tanya the Sorcerer has been returned to blah blah blah. Okay. And that's done. Okay. Let's go back down here. How good? Okay, so an archer. How good are the archers? 12 damage total, up to 3 shots. Glade Runner, 16 damage total, up to 3 shots. Bleeding and poisoned. 4 range. These are 4 range. So a Glade Runner is slightly better, a slightly better archer. It also has a skill called Tracker's Mark. Target unit gains 2 marked, reducing their evasion and sundered defense. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna make some units there and in turn. Let's see what they do. Oh no, he's got a better snake. Wait, I wonder. Hold on. What if I throw spells into the fight? What if I heal my snake? Can my snake win? Scout snake versus scout snake. Kite. Bolstered defense. Hold on, what's his range? He can go to there. Alright, so you move here and then end your turn. I'm just gonna pour so much mana into the snake. He's like, dude, how much mana are you throwing into a scout unit? I'm just like, yes. Also, I'm eating your snake with my snake. Ooh. Alright, auto, see what happens. Okay, yeah, I'll just take them. Alright, they leveled up. Add decaying so that anything they hit can't be healed. Merchant of Mounts. I could buy mounts for my entire race, at least the ones that are mountable. Could make them all become flying, so terrain doesn't matter anymore. A Nightmare mount contract. They all get +5 hit points. Intimidating Aura. Vicious Killer. Flying Eagles or Terrifying Horses. Let's get the scary horses. Let's try that. Alright, this one... Why is she... Oh, so she's going to the teleporter, okay. Shoot. Yeah, just go there. That's easier that way. My snake is taking the Ancient Wonder. That's what you get. Alright, so now we have it mapped out how to reach there. Okay, you... hit this. Monster Slayer Bow, tier 3. Just disenchant that. Okay. Orders required. Is there any other towers up here? There's one there. Let's get that. Okay, she can handle that. I think this is my weakest army. Yeah, it is. So they need XP. Alright, you just chill there. Ah, the spell to change the race is ready. What does the Death Beetle mount do? Well, that was a mount just for one single hero, not for the whole race. That's why I didn't really spend time looking at it. Outpost founded. Let's do work camp. Focus crystals acquired. Super growth is ready. Transform. They bigger boys now. Whispering Stone has been added. Okay, so this vassal is maxed out loving me. Is there another city that needs that? Okay. Silville can be integrated. Yeah, they're fine. Leave them as is. Negotiation successful. Good. Set production in Chivalton. Palisade walls. Alright, enter. I think it's a poisonous retreat. Move 2/3 hexes away, leaves poison cloud behind. Oh, cool. Yeah, there was another unit that we saw in the, I think it was the multiplayer game, that had something like that. It was like an umbral something something. Let's just have you dig through the wall. Open up the underground a bit. there's some gold. Okay, and move over here and dig through that. And you are going here, and you know what? You just camp there. Okay, you hit the ritual circle. Nice. Let's see. Merlin's robes. Magic attacks do 20% more damage. We should put that on blue. Warding boots. Death Caller Great Hammer. Which is pretty bad. Alright, where's blue? Merlin's robes. Put that there. What is this? Fireforge stone. 20 production. Not much point to it unless we also put in... words are tough. Not much point to doing that unless we also add a city there. An outpost there isn't going to benefit from that. Okay. You. Yeah, there's some units that cannot become mounted units. I did not realize that defenders could become mounted. Uh-oh. Alright, retry that one. Does this army have heals? Yeah, it does. One heal guy. No, wait, it's got 2. That was a mistake. Alright, so this is Blue's first manual battle. We've got Curse, we've got Lightning Strike, we've got Lightning Evocation. So there's a little blast. Liege Guard, put a beam on Blue. And in turn. The Kraken? Yep, they have a Kraken. They do indeed. Alright, Lightning Evocation is like a Chain Lightning type ability. So we want to back away. Oh no, Lightning Evocation takes the whole turn. If I back away, I can't cast it. Alright. There we go, Chain Lightning is done. And move up here. Shield wall. God, there's so little spells. I would say units-wise, Feudal is fun to play. There's not a lot of variety, though. Like, if you're gonna get any, like, creative gameplay, it's from the tomes. Alright, put regen on that guy. There was -5 morale all over the place. What the hell was that? I'm gonna inspect the Kraken after this, see if it was him. Melee strike, tentacle vortex. I don't know who did that. Okay. So lightning, so that's 28, deals damage in a 3-hex line. I think this is from a wand she has. Arcfire bolts. I would do 40. This will do that much to both of them. And these are stack units. Those are freaking penguins. These are stack units, so their attacking power would be reduced if I do this. Alright, you heal that archer that got hit. You heal him. Okay. We have over 1,000 mana. I'm gonna go a little extra with it, just out of caution. Yeah, intimidating aura. There it is. Okay, so yeah, the Kraken has an aura that's lowering morale around it. It's kind of neat. I wonder if you can make a whole army just based on reducing morale of the enemy and try to just get them to, like, run away and give up. Rather than, like, try to beat them through might. That'd be a fun little challenge to do sometime. Alright, let's just do basic attack with the orb. Alright, it used slip away. Don't the scary horses have that aura too? Yeah, I don't think that they count right now since we're on a boat battle. But yeah, they do. Wait, did I just see the minus morale thing again? Maybe it wasn't the Kraken. Maybe it's like this region or something. Alright, Chain Lightning again. That kills both the remaining dudes. Bluebell's first manual victory! Ring of True Sight, Disenchant, we got a bunch of those. Could do another battle. Honestly, I'd probably just rather let her heal. Just camp on the tower. This was training. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You just chill. Vine Prison Research. That was kind of a just because I didn't have something better to do. Hall of Geomantic Resonance was a cool looking structure. We're going to start on that. Let's start on the Geomantic Crystallization enchant. It's going to take 6 turns to cast it. Alright, Temple of the God Ear. We can get mana and Imperium from that each turn. And let's start on Grand Estate. Palisade walls are done here. Add a watchtower. Masonic Hall is done here. This is pretty close to the enemy. Oh god, my gold! My gold is so low. Oh my gosh, what happened? Oh, I spent 1,000 gold on horsies. That's what happened. Alright, build a gold mine. Hero leveled up. Blue. Okay, so her main thing... Let me see here. Alright, so this is Curse. So let's see. Curse adds Disease, adds Decaying, is AoE, has Weaken, Disrupted, now does Frost damage. You know what's crazy? If you play the Death Knight, which is kind of half mage, it's like half mage, half warrior, the Death Knight, when they cast Curse, it doesn't use up their turn. And then they can melee attack after. But the mage, Curse, if they fire it, that's their turn. Temporal Plague debuffs the target and all connected enemy units. Now, it shreds their defenses, so it's good for, you know, messing with a single target, but... Okay, Lightning Evoker. We can either increase the damage of it from 24 to 35, or make it now shred defenses. So follow-up hits do more damage. I'm thinking shred defenses. You can do blind after that. I'm gonna do that. Debuff lightning. Double victory because I just wheedled my hubby and gave me my hooks back. Are your hands better? A new rally has started. No, because of feudal, I'm gonna stick to getting units from my faction. Alright, end turn. Throws his money at every screen that pops up. How could they take my money? Yeah, you understand. You get it. Alright, area excavated. Anything in here? No? Okay. Alright, we're waiting for one more thing here before that group moves out. Alright, you... down here. Let's see. What is that? Plus 20 draft. I could put an outpost there just to get the weird material. Alright, auto battle win. Alright, manual. Blue is working for these levels. Can't quite reach them. Alright, move one tile forward. I want to hit the Kraken with Curse. Alright, there we go. Sundered defense, resistance, weakness. Blah, 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 blah. You Liege Bond on blue. Back the archers up. You... Alright. There we go. I will say, the healers for every race are very different. You know, I enjoy support, so I always look at these. These guys have a decent heal. It also puts them in defense mode after they do the heal. But they have to be in melee range of the target to heal them. So that's a trade-off. But it's only got a one-turn cooldown. Some of the other races have a heal that, like the, what is it called? The magic faction. Their heal is kind of like a chain. Like, they'll heal one enemy and it'll bounce in... Sorry, they'll heal an ally and it'll bounce and heal another ally. So it'll hit 2 targets, but longer cooldown. But they could do it at range. They don't have to be in melee. The Barbarian one has, I think, a 2-turn cooldown, but it leaves regeneration on the target. And regeneration is insanely powerful. And then there's another faction, I forget which one, that does like an area of effect heal, but it's got like a 4-turn cooldown. So their healing output is much lower. And then I think the Dark faction doesn't have any healer at all. They just have, you know, Unga Bunga high DPS. Alright, wow, I tried to have Bluebell back up, she got immobilized. The Kraken said, no, you're staying right here. Alright, get your knife out, stab him in the face. That is not how that was supposed to go. Alright, the mage is tanking now. Awesome. One octopus is slain. A little scared for that archer. Alright, let's put regen on that guy. No! That was the unit that I was doing the manual battle to save. Alright, I don't know if we can avoid it. I think that archer might just be dying. Dude, our mage is still immobilized and cannot cast spells. I don't think this could be worse. There might be a way. But I don't know. Honestly, the whole 2 mage, 2 warrior thing is not terrible. Although I wish there was I said mage, the Bannerman, the supports. It's not terrible. Could do Rock Blast. Will that finish? That'll finish that guy off. Boom! Giant rock. I cast rock. All right. Hold on, her UI's being weird. Alright. There we go. Finally got to fire some magic. Alright, Kraken's dead. Use your once per battle heal. Use your once per battle heal. Alright, I think we'll just have to say the archer dies and replace it as soon as we can. Maybe we can get one of those higher level archers in Blue's army. What knife? I have multiple sizes, also a machete. Well, most of the casters, if they are forced into close range combat, they have stab, and they pull out a knife and just do that. The chain lightning will not bounce. This guy is too close, so just use the orb attack. He procs slip away. Heal there. Can they heal themselves? Yes, they can. They're trying to run away. Yeah, we're gonna finish them off. Zap! Okay. Let's see. Striking Slicer. Disenchant. Okay. Blue doesn't have her own city yet. So she doesn't have, like, a city that, you know, they should get these troops from there. Alright. Shoot, hold on a sec. Alright, Blue. I want you to go here. Looks like it'll take you 2 turns. You just chill. Yeah, so we're gonna build another Glade Runner. And the Glade Runner I already had here, which was going to be for an extra army, is going to join Blue's army. Vendor is done building. There's no foresters in the city. Okay, market. Watchtower is done here. There's not much room to expand here, so there's no point in making this a city. It's gotta work, because Gelid Throne says for every adjacent province, you get 2 Imperium. So this is going to give Imperium, and then that gives Imperium. But it's like, there's only 2 adjacent provinces. That one and that one, because of these walls. So making a city here would be kind of silly, because there's not a lot it could do. Alright, so we're going to raise our city cap. We're going to get this upgrade so we have no downside to having 4 cities. And then we're going to upgrade this to a city. Wow, that was instant. Usually it takes 1 turn. Okay, you are now Governor Blue. House is in Fish. Founded. Alright. Each conduit gives 5 mana. Sure. Alright, Cathedral of Testament. Gold, mana, and Imperium. We are taking that big building. That is my no. The noble is in Fish, yes. Okay, we need food to start expanding this. Alright, Rivergate founded. Alright, so... Actually, start making the archer here. Scratch the whole plan we had with... So Blue now has her own city and can get troops from her own city. So we can start on that. So... Where's Blue? Blue... Oh. You need to go to your new hometown, which is here. Hometown? You mean the town that I'm from? No, this town that you just took over. 90% chance of electrified. Doesn't it already do electrified? It already has electrified. Wait, what do you mean 90% chance of electrified? Does it double? We'll do the blind. Add blind to the lightning. I'd probably be blinded if lightning struck me. New thing. What is this? Gain 1,000 mana, 1 time. Whenever a new research skill is researched, the knowledge